Greetings, folks. We're filming another episode of Soops and Hoops, and today we're going to talk to a really interesting dude, Mikey Nguyen of Index PDX, which is a sneaker consignment store here at Old Town Chinatown that sells some of the most rare, hard-to-find sneakers, Nike sample shoes, things that you just cannot find elsewhere around the world. So we're going to talk to him about sneaker culture in Portland, about the footwear industry and how Portland has become a booming part of that. And we'll talk about some of the crazy celebrities, NBA stars, and more that frequent his shop.
Tim, what's up, man? How you doing, bro?
How you doing?
Good. Yeah, good, man.
Ready
good
to talk some kicks, get some soup?
Yeah, man, I'm down. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Right. So we are at Utopia Restaurant and Lounge.
Yep.
And what I want to know is, why do you love this place? Why do you love the food here? Just give me an idea of why this is your spot.
So I've been coming to Utopia for probably about like 12 or 13 years. And this is probably the most authentic Vietnamese food that you can get in Portland, especially something from your own heritage and Vietnam. That's my background,
So the bún bò is obviously the centerpiece.
The bún bò is definitely the centerpiece. Yeah, it's a spicy beef broth that has like beef shank in it, has congealed pork blood. It's just a really good heavy soup.
It's a spicy beef noodle soup. In fact,
Yep.
bun means noodles.
Yep. Bò is beef,
Right.
and then Hue is where it's originally from, Central
exactly.
Vietnam, in the city of Hue.
Everywhere you go in town, you can get bún bò. There's tons of Vietnamese restaurants.
Right.
But what specifically is cool about this?
So definitely the broth that they do here is by far, I think, the best in my opinion. The bún bò Lao style, how you have it like this, the fire underneath, it'll always stay warm and it's always fresh.
Let's dig in, man.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Let's eat, bro.
So tell me about your shop, what it is, what it's all about.
So a little backstory, me and T, we've been best friends since second grade. Been around shoes all our lives. Our passion was shoes and sneakers. You know, and our parents didn't have the money for it, so we would have to find our own means to get our shoes. So we started for a while. We had a whole bunch of shoes. We started to sell them at the same time to buy new shoes. And that's kind of how it started to click when we started like our own eBay account. And we sold through there. We did it for a few years and it fell through. We tried it again. We took it a little bit more serious approach to it. So we did the eBay like hardcore back in like 07, 08. We did eBay for like 4 or 5 years before we opened Index in 2013.
And well, before that, you guys kind of became known.
Yeah,
for
we kind of became known in the sneaker community for having like rare sneakers, like sample Nikes and Jordans and whatnot, and selling them on eBay. So we kind of created a name for ourselves on eBay. It was like a year before we actually opened up spot. We were like, you know, I was sitting around and I was like, man, I'm tired of like lining up for shoes and going to all these different stores to buy shoes, or hitting up Craigslist every 5-10 minutes to meet up with somebody to buy a pair of shoes. And I was like, man, what if we opened up a shop, like a consignment shop? We don't have it here. And Portland's the Mecca. It's like the Silicon Valley of sneakers. So it's like, we're both from here. Let's do it. Picked this spot specifically in Chinatown because we wanted to be near Compound, because Compound was the only kind of store around to have that street culture vibe. And it was kind of central between east and west of, you know, the city. So we found a space and we opened up in 2013 and it kind of took off. And you know, we've been there for 7 years now and it's been great.
Tell me a little bit more about the shop, how it operates, and basically how your business works.
Yeah, so pretty much people bring us sneakers. We either buy it from them or consign it for them, however they choose.
And usually they're like the more rare or hard to find kind of
exactly.
sneakers.
Like we have
limited releases.
Limited release shoes, sneakers that you can no longer find at Nike or Foot Locker or whatnot. It's off the shelf. So we're essentially in the secondhand market. Especially in the last 4 or 5 years, it's boomed a lot. Because we started off, it was like a subculture, and now it's like super mainstream now.
Why do you think that has been?
I think the transition into sneakers has shifted from athletes to celebrities, entertainers, rappers. If you look back in the 90s and stuff like that, you pay attention to Jordan, what he's wearing. Nowadays it's like, what's Travis Scott wearing? What's Virgil making? What's Kanye wearing? And it's having a little bit different influence on kids now than it has ever been. Yeah,
That's wild.
It's just crazy how it works.
So you guys have people coming in now from all over the world, not only to visit the store for the shoes, but also because it's kind of a place in the culture that is it's what Portland's about.
Yes, exactly. As far as the street culture, like we get people in every day that travel here, and they tell us, yo, we traveled here because one, the food in your city is good, and two, we wanted to come by Index. We wanted to check out the street culture, check out Dead Stock Coffee, you know, because it's the only sneaker-themed coffee shop in the world. We get people from Australia, Europe, and then you get people from like the bigger cities, New York, Miami, and whatnot too. Yeah, we have people from Singapore that come by our shop actually every year around Thanksgiving time because his family's from here, but they make sure that the whole family, they come by the shop.
That's wild.
It's been cool. Yeah.
It's not only for regular Joes either. It seems like every time an NBA team is in town to face the Portland Trail Blazers, you guys have NBA players from out of town coming in and shopping with you. So like, who are some of the recents that have been in there? Who are some of your guys' best customers?
PJ Tucker's like obviously sneaker king. He every time he's in town, he comes by, really chill dude.
The Rockets guard, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We get some of the Trailblazers in, like Anthony Simons. Gary Trent will come in. Dame's been in there, obviously. Last person that came in was Wayne Ellington when he played for Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys ever have some celebrities roll through the shop?
Yeah, so our biggest one recently was Offset from the Migos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he heard about us through actually a homie of ours down in LA.
Okay.
And he was like, yo, check out Index, you gotta come up there. So he took one of his private jets, flew up here, shopped with us for a few hours, flew back down.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
what kind of stuff
cool.
was he copping?
Man, he was copping like older, like Jordan stuff. Like you wouldn't, not like the hype stuff, but like older Jordan, like he was looking for like Lightning 17s and like Jordan 9s and stuff like that.
You guys also had Trinidad James in a while ago, because I know he does his own sneaker show.
Yes.
And he kind of came and hung out with you guys.
Yeah, he's a homie. He came by and he stayed like in town for about a week and hung out with us. We kind of still keep in contact with him. So yeah, he's a really cool dude.
So out of the Blazers, would you say Anthony Simons is like your guys' best customer right now?
He's been coming in a lot, especially before the season started. But the guy the most would probably be Evan Turner, which he plays for the Hawks now.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's bought a lot of shoes from us. After he got traded, he stopped by the shop the day he was like moving, picked up a pair of shoes, and then he took off. But yeah, it was a good pair of shoes. It's a blessing to have a space to where you created that draws these people in.
So now you guys, business is booming. Things have been going well. You guys are hosting tons of events and being a part of the community. Tell me a little bit about where we go from here.
In a general sense, I think, you know, the sneaker culture in Portland, the street culture in Portland is strong, and I think it's just going to continue to grow from here on out.
All right, my man. Let's wrap it up there and get back to focusing on some of this
sounds
food.
good, man. Yeah, it's good stuff.
We are live from downtown Portland, shooting another episode of Soops and Hoops.
Hold on, we're not live.
Okay.